What is going on, guys? It is Kazuma Collection, and welcome to a complete tour of my $45,000 Hot Toys collection. Now, I know a few of you may be thinking, bro, didn't you just do one like 1 month ago? And well, you would be right, I did, although the quality was absolutely terrible. I don't know what I was thinking. And on top of that, I've even added a completely new display case since the last tour, and I've added like 25 something figures. So safe to say, if you watch that one, this one is definitely still worth watching because there's a ton of new changes, including an entirely brand new Star Wars shelf. And you know, this video will actually be in 4K, so you can enjoy how the figures look a bit more than last time. As it stands right now, I'm at about 107 figures, which is honestly just crazy to think about. I remember back when I was at like 10, 20, man, I never thought I'd be here right now. Before we actually get into the tour, the one thing I'm dying to show you guys is what it looks like when I turn my collection on every morning. And let me tell you, this truly never gets old. It's my favorite thing to do before I log in for work in the morning. Now that I've showed you guys that, I can actually get started with the collection, and we're gonna go from left to right just like last time. The way my collection is organized is I have a movie and game shelf, I have a Spider-Man shelf, a Marvel shelf, a DC shelf, the brand new Star Wars shelf, and then of course I have this other one that we'll get into later. With all that being said, the first shelf we're going to get into is the movie and game shelf, and of course up first we have my Rockstar Games display. If you remember last time, this was actually just the GTA 5 display, which I want to say huge thank you for all the support on those series. You guys blew those videos up. But since then, I've actually added John Marston and Arthur Morgan to this shelf just because it kind of makes sense. They're all made by Rockstar Games, and the real reason is just because I ran out of space, so they had to go in here one way or the other. Genuinely though, as a video game shelf, it's one of the most iconic shelves you could possibly have. I don't think I know one person who doesn't know what GTA 5 is, so you know. And whenever I show people my collection, these ones are always the one they ask about. They're like, no way, is that really GTA? I've even got a custom chop for some of you who have seen that video that I made on him, and this is easily one of the shelves in the collection that I can say will never leave. Right underneath that, we have one of the most crowded displays you'll ever seen. Even in my last collection tour, a lot of you guys were calling this a Fortnite lobby, which man, you know what? It's completely fair. I can't even fight you guys on that. But to me, it's more of like the GOATs of gaming shelf. We've got Kratos, we've got Doomslayer, we've got Jin Sakai, Master Chief, Ezio Auditore, we've got Nathan Drake, Cloud Strife. We've even got some power armor in the back. I kind of just threw in all of my favorite characters in gaming, and you know, for me it works, but I totally understand why everybody doesn't like it. But unfortunately, there's really nowhere else I can put any of these figures, so they kind of got to stay together, at least for now, unless I get more space. But right underneath that, we have one of my brand new shelves, which is my Walking Dead shelf. A lot of you have seen my preview and you've been dying to see these figures. And for those of you who are asking, yes, Rick Grimes is indeed the mystery figure. I kind of leaked it by mistake on Instagram a few weeks ago, so I just don't even care anymore. Now you guys know.
Hot diggity dog. This place is magnificent.
But yeah, guys, we've actually got a completely custom Rick Grimes figure by Good Luck Studios, and it has rooted hair on it. We've got the 3-0 Negan figure, and then we've got the 3-0 Daryl Dixon figure. Obviously, my favorite out of these three is the custom Rick Grimes figure. I mean, the rooted hair on this thing is absolutely insane. It's custom head to toe. Everything was put together by the previous owner. But yeah, guys, I got to keep moving because we'll be here all day. On to the next shelf is my Alien and Predator shelf. I haven't actually posted my review of the Alien just yet, but stay tuned. It'll be up pretty soon. He's a really dope figure. And then right next to him, we have my Feral Predator, which I did already review. A lot of you guys, I was slightly tempted to sell it so I could fit some more classic looking Predators in here, but I low-key regretted it, and I'm not going to sell the Feral Predator. He's way too sick in my collection. However, I definitely do want to add a few more Predators, so hopefully I can fit them.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so yeah, that's what's up.
But yeah, guys, that is actually going to conclude my movie and game shelf. You've made it through the very first display case, and now it is time to move on to my Spider-Man shelf. And before we get started, I want you guys to comment down below as we go which one of my display cases are your favorite. But getting started with the Spider-Man shelf, and up first, we of course have my Spider-Man 3 shelf. We have my custom battle damage Tobey Maguire. We have my custom Spider-Man 3 Venom, which I'll never sell this figure. I love this guy so much. And then of course, we have the very, very old Hot Toys New Goblin release. This dude is like 10 years old now. Now, I know some of you are probably wondering, bro, where is the brand new Spider-Man 3 black suit? Well, I actually have a good friend of mine, Hobby, making me a custom one that's going to be coming in soon. So I actually went ahead and sold my other copies because I really don't need it. I can't wait for the Hobby version, and we all know it's going to be better. Right underneath that, we have my Spider-Man 2 video game shelf, and this is just another staple in the collection. It won't leave. It's just too iconic, especially with Venom right in the middle. I do wish there was something I could add to like revamp this a bit, because it's been like this for almost like a year besides Venom being the only new one. So that classic Spider-Man has been on his knees for like 6 months, bro. I don't want to know what's going to happen when I uncrease him. Maybe I'll make a video on it, but I've got a feeling that dude's legs are going to be absolutely busted when I finally uncrease him. But but we'll have to see. Guys, it's time to actually move on to the next shelf, which is my Spider-Verse shelf, and you may be noticing someone is missing, and that is indeed the Prowler Miles. I actually decided to sell him not too long ago because as soon as I saw that the next Spider-Verse movie was gonna get delayed again, I don't care for this display as much as I used to. I'm really sorry. Don't get me wrong, Across the Spider-Verse was an amazing movie, but it was basically just a huge trailer for the third one, and I'm sure once that third one comes out, I'll be happy to pick up all the figures they make. But I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard to be hype about this shelf when I know that the next movie is so far away. So as for now, I have the key Spider-Man, and that's enough for me. And underneath that, we have my animated series Spider-Man shelf. Like I said last time, these figures get a lot of hate, but I love them. I know the exposed joints aren't for everybody, but the art style and the paint is what keeps them here in my collection. Of course, I wish these guys were seamless, but you know, the way that the comic shading works, the awesome accessories, I really can't get rid of them. They stand out in the collection so nicely. I'm pretty sure animated series Venom is like my favorite Venom design of all time. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it. You've made it through another display case. Now it is time to move on to the Marvel shelf. But before we do, we actually, of course, have to mention Hulkbuster. I showed this guy in my last tour, and really nothing has changed. He's in the exact same spot that he was. Don't mind the wires up here. It is a mess. I've got to organize it later, but he's fully wired up, so he's on 24/7, and I honestly think that's what gives this guy so much presence, seeing his LEDs from like my bed or my work chair. So this is definitely another figure that I don't see ever leaving the collection, but now it's time to get into the Marvel shelf. So the first one that we're going to get into is my No Way Home shelf. Technically, this could go in the Spider-Man shelf, but I don't have any space, so here they are. Now, this shelf did actually undergo some changes because last time we had the red and blue suit in here, and we did not have this absolutely beautiful Spider-Man. I got to take it out just to show you guys. He is pretty much the only reason that this shelf is worth $1,400. This guy's probably like $800 on his own. And of course, I did add the integrated suit Spider-Man and the TASM 2 Spider-Man just for accuracy, because having the red and blue suit instead of the integrated suit was really bothering me, I can't lie. But now, guys, it is time to move on to the Avengers Endgame shelf. And yes, I know that's not the right Hulk, but I will never buy Professor Hulk. I said that last time. I refuse. Yeah, guys, I like this shelf a lot. It's really clean. Iron Man is fully wired up with a fusion reactors lighting kit, and he, in a way, sort of looks like the heart of my collection. Now, yes, I am missing two very iconic Avengers, which would, of course, be Black Widow and Hawkeye. I'm waiting for the Artisan Black Widow to drop, and then I'll buy Hawkeye to pair with her. But until those two drop, this is how the display looks. I don't plan on adding anything else to it. I think it's perfect as is. And on to what might be the most depressing shelf in the collection, because it only has two figures. I hate shelves that don't have three at minimum, but it is the Deadpool and Wolverine shelf. I'm really just waiting on them to drop that yellow and blue suit Wolverine, man. It's been forever. But for right now, we have the Deadpool and my Logan custom, which is an absolutely stunning piece. It's a fully custom Wolverine, and I don't see myself ever getting rid of this. I did actually sell the battling suit Deadpool, and I kind of just kept all of the cool accessories like the portal and the claws, as you guys can see, because I really don't need two Deadpools. So until we get the yellow and blue suit Wolverine, this display is kind of lacking. And then right underneath that, we have my Daredevil shelf. Pretty much nothing has changed. And I'm not gonna lie, this shelf is really bland. I have like temptations to sell it almost every single day. Kind of just want to get the Born Again Daredevil and call it a day with that, but we'll have to see. As for right now, this collection stays, but it may go if I need space in the future. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the show, but the figures themselves they kind of get boring after a while. So that's gonna do it for the Marvel shelf, guys. You've made it through another shelf, and now it is time to move on to my DC shelf. Up here is, of course, going to be the Robert Pattinson's Batman shelf. And again, this is another shelf that has had nothing changed since the last tour. It's just classic, and since we're probably never gonna get a second movie, it's gonna look this way forever. The NR Batman itself has a custom OT collar on it, which I think looks phenomenal. To the left of him, we have the Mars Toys Penguin, which it's not like a perfect figure, but it gets the job done. You know exactly who that's supposed to be. And then to the right of him, we have the Yan Toys Riddler, I want to say. I don't remember who made it, but I completely redid the weathering. I painted it myself. And overall, as a shelf, guys, it looks good. It's simple. I don't see this changing unless they make a Catwoman. So yeah, but onto a shelf that I really love, and that's going to be my Snyderverse shelf. I am really happy with how this is coming along now that we've got the brand new BVS Batman and the brand new Flash figure. I do still plan on getting Cyborg and Aquaman to pair in the back eventually, but as for now, I like how this looks. We've got the brand new Batman front and center. I did a review on this guy. If you haven't seen it already, he's a good upgrade. He's not perfect, but I like him. Then we've got the Ezra Miller Flash, which, say what you will about the figure, I love this suit design. I think that it's peak. And then we've got the Wonder Woman 84 with a custom sword and shield that I went out of my way to get her because normally out the box she doesn't come with them for whatever reason. Then of course we have the best mass-produced 1/6 scale figure, the InArt Superman. I'll stand by that forever. This is the best figure that you can buy on the market right now. And yeah, guys, like I said, I plan on adding Cyborg and Aquaman at some point, but I don't really care for those characters, so it's not on a priority list for me. Underneath that, we have my Batflick shelf, which a lot of you guys actually really liked seeing in my BVS Batman review. So yeah, man, we've got a tactical Batman with a custom Zao head sculpt. And then of course we have a completely custom Nightmare Batman modded by my friend Santiago with another custom Zao head sculpt on it. This is easily the best Batfleck in my collection currently. He's even got real fabric wrapping on those gloves. It's a statement piece. I love how he looks. And then we have everybody's least favorite Ben Affleck Batman, which is the Flash Batman. So I definitely cannot wait to add the upcoming Hot Toys Armored Batman 2.0. That's going to look insane in here. And then maybe I'll add like the Justice League one to just fill out the shelf. But yeah. And lastly, for the DC shelf, we've got this mess. I know it's not great, but we've got the animated series trio, which, you know, those all look great. But then obviously we've got Omni-Man and Invincible in the back. I don't have anywhere to put these guys as much as I love them. And I kind of just chuck them in here because obviously Invincible is, you know, constantly referencing other universes like the Marvel universe and the DC universe. So for right now, this is where they go, but I definitely want to put these in a better spot sometime soon. But as for the figures, I love the animated trio. You guys know it, so I highly recommend those if you're interested in them. All right, guys, now it is time to move on to the first completely brand new shelf that I didn't get to show you guys in my last one because, well, it wasn't made yet. So up first, we have my Anakin Skywalker shelf. Right in the front and center, that is, of course, the brand new Artisan Darkseid Anakin. That is pretty much why the shelf value is skyrocketing right now. But then we've got Attack of the Clones Anakin and Attack of the Clones Padme. I really wish that they would make a Revenge of the Sith Padme. It's my favorite look for her, but you know, I'll take what we can get. And Anakin being my favorite character, he deserves his own shelf in the collection, guys. And he has a beautiful Ironworks custom saber that just makes this shelf stand out. I want to add more to this shelf, like maybe some clone troopers in the back because of the Clone Wars and all that, but we're just gonna have to see because I don't really know if I can fit two more. I would love to get some 501st troopers as well, and then right underneath that, we have my favorite Star Wars shelf in the collection, the Revenge of the Sith shelf. I made a short the other day actually assembling this shelf. I love how it looks with Vader just ominously standing in the back, and the way that the lightsabers reflect off of his suit looks so tough. This is the Artisan Lightside Anakin with the original Obi-Wan Kenobi hot toy, which I think is pretty overhated. And then we've got two Ironworks custom sabers just dueling it out. I think these look so sick. And then if you're wondering which Vader that is actually the brand new Return of the Jedi Vader, which is easily the best Vader on the market if you want to get one yourself. And then I even chucked in the hologram table where Anakin actually turns to the dark side with Palpatine. But yeah, I love this shelf. I might add some troopers on both sides of Vader, but other than that, I don't think the shelf will change. It perfectly serves what it's meant to do. But then right underneath that, we have my Return of the Jedi display, which is actually my favorite of the original trilogy. I think that it's better than Empire, as hot of a take that might be. I think this is the Empire Strikes Back Vader. It's not a great Vader, but it serves its purpose just to have him dueling Luke. And then we've got Emperor Palpatine in the back, as well as Yoda on the bottom. Again, man, the way that the lights reflect off Vader's suit is just so peak. I highly recommend picking up these sabers if you have a Vader. It is so worth the upgrade. Obviously, we've got the balding, decaying Yoda that, you know, I clowned him in a few videos, but, you know, he's grown on me quite a bit, so he'll be staying in the collection, surprisingly. And then lastly, we've kind of got like a throwaway Star Wars shelf. I won't lie, it's the cheapest shelf in my collection, but I really do like Ahsoka as a character, and I like the Mandalorian, and of course, we got Rick the Door Technician, so he's got to stay. Definitely want to upgrade this shelf pretty soon, maybe get Ahsoka some more light up sabers. I feel like that will help this shelf stand out a lot more. We've got Grogu right at her feet, which, you know, he's going to stay. And then we've got the Mandalorian. This is the Chrome Beskar version. Definitely want to add some troopers or something. Maybe comment down below what I can add to this shelf to improve it, because I know it's pretty lackluster right now, but you've guys done it. That's going to do it for the Star Wars shelf, and you've made it through the entire like 75% of my collection, guys. Now it's time to talk about the brand new shelf that I did not have before, and then I've got like a few throwaway stuff to show you. But yeah, guys, so just like I did for the other shelf, I want to show you guys what it looks like when I actually turn it on in the morning. It's wired to this remote, and it is just as satisfying. Man, that does not get old. Now, this is actually a double door detolf, so it allows me to fit way more figures than my other ones. So getting started with the first shelf in this brand new detolf, and it is actually going to be my brand new Sith display. This is a huge work in progress. I have a bunch of characters that I want to add to this, but I just basically want to have a huge Empire display. a bunch of different Sith characters, a bunch of different troopers. I think it will look so sick. You saw my short the other day. I actually bought 2 troopers for my girlfriend, and then I had to buy 2 more just for this display. As for the next Sith I want to add, definitely Reapin. His design is sick. And then I'm actually working on a custom Chimera figure. I know that he gets a lot of hate, but I don't care. He's so badass.
You surprise.
But as for what's actually in the shelf right now, we have the Kenobi Vader. And yes, this is the 3rd Vader in the collection. I definitely have way too many. But the Kenobi Vader is so peak. That half-cut mask, you just can't beat it. And he's actually on the Return of the Jedi Vader base that we looked at earlier. The way that this base allows you to display both head sculpts is just so peak. So I had to have it in the collection somehow. And then right to the right of him, we have the only sequels character from Star Wars that will ever enter my collection. And that is, of course, Kylo Ren. While his movies may suck, his design is peak. And the way he looks in the collection is amazing. I really want to get him a custom saber. And then to the left of him, we have Starkiller, which is from the Force Unleashed video game. I like this guy a lot. He's on the Return of the Jedi Vader base as well. I think once I finally get some more Sith and troopers in here, it's gonna go insane. I definitely want to add some Purge troopers as well. But you know, enough about this shelf. It's time to move on to the huge Spider-Man villain shelf that I have created within the span of like 2 weeks, man. And this is easily one of the most vibrant, beautiful looking displays that I have. I love it, man. We, of course, have Mysterio. We've got Carnage. We've got Venom. I even have the upgraded suit Green Goblin with a mask that I went out of the way to get him because I don't really like how the Norman Osborn head sculpt looks. And then we've got Electro, which is fully powered on. We've got Doc Ock. We've got Sandman. We've got the Lizard. And I even added a cheeky little Taskmaster just because it's an iconic Spider-Man villain to have. And then right front and center, we have the red and blue Spider-Man because I just think it fits the best. It's a good mix of comic and live action. And none of the other Spider-Mans that I tried in this display really worked. So I love how this came out, man. And right underneath that, we have another standout display. This might be my favorite shelf in my collection. I can't lie to you. The way it all comes together is simply beautiful. This is, of course, a huge Christian Bale Batman display. And getting started, we have the Bank Robber Joker. This is like the very first Bank Robber the Hot Toys made. We've got the Artisan Joker. We've got the Bane 2.0, which is such a good figure, man. And then we've got the brand new Armory Batman. This is the Batman you get if you actually buy the transparent Armory. He's on the base that comes with Joker. We've got the statue piece that also comes with the Armory. And then inside the Armory itself is the DX-19. And then finally to the right, we have a completely custom Batman Begins. There's a Fison body replacement. His articulation goes crazy with a custom OT Customs cowl. Phew, that was a mouthful, but man, this display makes me so happy seeing it, and I think it's so well put together. And then lastly, guys, we have my Japanese video game shelf. I didn't know what to put down here, and I kind of like how these guys look all side by side together. All made by Capcom, my favorite video game developer. We've got my Street Fighter series, which is Cammy, Ryu, and Chun-Li, of course, with her busted arm. And to the right, we have Resident Evil, which is one of my favorite game series of all time, mainly Resident Evil 4. We've got Leon, Ada, and then Ada in her alternate dress outfit. Honestly, I think they add a nice level of vibrancy to the shelf with their colors. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it. We have gone through every single display case in my collection. That was a lot of talking. My voice hurts, but we're still not done. There's a few other things that I need to cover, like some throwaway figures and stuff like that. But yeah, man. As for the top of the shelf, I definitely want to add some statues up here. But for right now, we've got the Master Chief helmet and the Doom Dark Ages Collector's Edition that Xbox actually sent me. Huge thank you to them. But now, guys, it's time to actually cover the figures that didn't make it into the collection. The first one is my Miyamoto Musashi figure, actually on my shelf with my YouTube play button and my cross. All glory to God for everything that I have in this display, man. And yeah, guys, this is actually the dude in my profile picture. You can take a look right now, and he's right next to the Cosmo Collection play button. So I feel like it just makes sense to have his face sort of as like my profile picture right there. And then right underneath that, guys, we have a random ass basketball shelf. I'm not gonna lie, man, I don't know where to put these figures, but I really like how they look. They add some nice vibrancy. So this is where they are for right now in the Apex case. Preferably, I would love to add these guys to the collection, but I don't know how. We've got the Cherno Alpha Pacific Rim figure. This was sent to me by Pop Collectibles. Huge thank you to them if you guys want to pick it up yourself. And we've got this random Soso Toy Soldier Boy that I haven't gotten around to reviewing yet, but I'm gonna find a spot for all of these soon. I just wanted to show you guys those so you know where the total figure count was coming from. Guys, with all of that being said, the total collection value is $42,000 and $50. And if you factor in all of the display cases and TVs, it easily goes up to $45,000, which is insane because it was literally at $35,000 less than a month ago. So I definitely went a little bit too crazy this month, buying like way too many figures. Like, as you can see, I put together this whole shelf in this month alone. I think I bought like 25 something figures just for this alone. But honestly, guys, I'm loving how my collection is coming along right now. Having a whole display case just for the Star Wars figures makes me so happy. Those lightsabers look so good, man. So yeah, guys, that is gonna do it for the collection tour. Thank you so much for watching. I honestly want to know who made it this far in the video. So if you've made it this far, comment down below mango. No, I kind of just want to see how many people actually sat through this whole thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are the reason that I have this collection, the reason that I even get to do this every day. Thank you all. Praise God, everybody, and stay blessed.